4 more. So if this is dragging on, I'll try and cut out some of this so that you don't get bored. Indigenous Scarb, with an ability where it gains 1, like +1, -1 till the end of the turn. It's a 2/3 monster, so when you use its ability it can like flip the stats. And it has prowess, so when you cast a non-creature spell it also gains +1/+1. Strange Augmentation enchantment. So the enchanted gets a +1/+1 and gains an additional +2/+2 as long as there are 4 or more card types in the graveyard. Blackwood Survivalist with Delirium as well. Gravity Unhallowed, zombie. 2/4 creature, 4-drop. Another Woodland Patrol. Alchemist's Greeting, sorcery with Madness 2, but a cast of 5, so better if you discard this. It deals 4 damage to a target creature. Ironclad Slayer, Laboratory Brute, Prophetic Ravings, Slayer's Cleaver, Foul Emissary, Geist of Archives. I got that in an earlier pack, you didn't see, I don't think. Imprisoned in the Moon is an enchantment, so when you enchant it with a land, creature or planeswalker, permanent is a colourless land with a flip ability. Add a light element to your mana pool, I believe, and loses all of the card types and abilities. Shrill Howler, transform at a cost of 6 to turn into a Howling Chorus. A Swamp, put that with the other lands, and a Devil token. When it dies it deals 1 damage to the target creature or a player. Got 3 more to open. Another Strange Augmentation Aura. Sigarian Priest. Blackwood Survivalist again. Wailing Ghoul. Grapple with the Past. An instant where you put the top 3 cards of your library to the graveyard and you may return a creature or land card from your graveyard to your hand. Spectral Reserves, sorcery where you gain 2 life and put 2 white spirit creature tokens with flying on the battlefield. I've played a deck with a few of these in. It's really good. I like it. Turn aside instant. Another Alchemist's Greeting. Ironclad Slayer, another one. Lunar Force. When an opponent casts a spell, sacrifice Lunar Force and counter that spell. Weaver of Lightning with reach. Subjugator Angel, flying 4/3, and taps all creatures your opponent's controls. This is a really powerful card. I'm glad I got this. An Eternal Scourge. I've heard of this. You may cast it from exile, and when Eternal Scourge becomes the target of a spell and ability your opponent controls, exile it. Oh. Grizzled Dangler. Can put the top 2 cards of your library to the graveyard, and if there is a colourless creature card in your graveyard, transform it. And turn it into this anglerfish. At 4 cost, the creature your opponent's control attacks this turn if able. So that's to force your opponents to attack. I think that's pretty good. That's it for that pack. 2 more, and then I'm done. And you can go off and do whatever else that you didn't feel like doing and just watching something that was pointless like this. Wretched Griff. I really like this card. I played against this so much in the story of the Magic Duels. It's really powerful. Well, not really powerful, but it's easy to get out, and you can draw a card when you cast it. And it's with flying, so early game, when you can get it out with the proper deck, it's really powerful. Distemper of the Blood, sorcery. You can give a creature +2/+2 and trample till the end of the turn. With Madness of 1, so it's a 2 cast, but you can get it to a 1 cast. Another Sigardian Priest. Woodcutter's Grit. Target creature you control gains +3/+3 and gains hexproof until the end of the turn. It's only a 3 cast as well. That's really good. Certain Death sorcery card. It's a 6-drop, and the controller loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life when you destroy a creature. And if you target it, it destroys it, and then you steal 2 life off your opponent. Alchemist's Greeting. Field Creeper. Another Spectral Reserves. Laboratory Brute. A 3/3, 4-drop. Nebelgast Herald. Flying, and when another spirit enters the battlefield under your control, tap a creature an opponent controls. That is a creature in the deck with I can't remember her name, but the Planeswalker from the Eldrich Moon story from the Magic Duels, and Insatiable Groggers with Madness 4. A 5/3 with when it attacks each combat if able. Okay, so it attacks whenever it can. Scour the Library with Delirium. It costs 2 less to cast if there are 4 or more cards among the deck with the in your graveyard, and you can draw 3. That's a really good card. Ulvenwald Observer, a 6/6 with a 6-drop. When a creature you control with toughness 4 or greater dies, draw a card. Ah, Grafrat. If I get another and a Midnight Scavenger, I'd be able to turn it into a Chittering Host, which is on the back of it, along with the Midnight Scavengers, so That would be really cool if I get them. Got another Eldrich horror token. The final one. Another Drag Under Sorcery card where you can return a creature to its hand and draw a card. Borrowed Grace again. It's a very good instant. A Worded Vampire, once again. Primal Druid, a 0/3. When it dies, you may search your library for a basic land card and put it into the battlefield tapped. A Falconwrath Reaver. Another Ironright's Cleansing. Exile an artifact or enchantment. Spontaneous Mutation. Flash ability, so you can activate it anytime. Enchant a creature, it gets -X -0, where X is the number of cards in your graveyard. So when you've got a lot of creatures in your graveyard, use it on an enemy hero and they get weakened so they can't do any damage. Stensia Banquet. Deals damage to the opponent equal to the number of vampires you control, and you can draw a card. It's a 3-drop. Abandon Reason. It's Madness 2, 3-drop though. And 2 target creatures gain +1/+0 and gain first strike until the end of the turn. Mavok Crusader, another lifelink, and has haste as long as you control another vampire. Morn Willow with haste, Delirium, where, let's see, 4 cards in the graveyard. Creatures with power 2 or less can't block this turn. It's a 3/2 creature with a 3 mana drop. With haste as well, so that's pretty good. Hey, that's pretty good. Emraluk the Promised End. Wow. It's a 13 mana cost, but it's a 13/13, so that's just to end the duel. Oh, it costs 1 less mana to cast for each card type among the cards in your graveyard. So if you're... yeah, that's definitely used at the end of the duel because its mana cost is drastically dropped. When you cast Amrakul, say is right, you gain control of target opponent during that player's next turn. After that turn, the player takes an extra turn. Flying, trample, and protection from instants. So it's like, it's half hexproof. So when you cast it, you gain control of the target's opponent, and it doesn't say what of the opponent. Okay, during that player's next turn, and after that, the player takes an extra turn. I don't get that. If someone can explain that, that would be wonderful. Oh yeah, I got another Midnight... okay, I've got a Midnight Scavenger. So, when it enters the battlefield, you may return target creature card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to your hand, and it melds with Graph Rats. And that's the bottom of the Chittering Host. The Chittering Host has haste, menace, and when the Chittering Host enters the battlefield, all of the other creatures you control gain +1/+0 and menace until the end of the turn. So when this is summoned, all of your other creatures can't be blocked, and they gain an extra power, which is very good. It would have been nice to get another Graph Rat, because I needed 2 to be able to summon the Chittering Host. I got an island, and Eldrich of the Krallen Horde. It's a 5 mana drop with a 4/4, and whenever the creature enters the battlefield or transform into Eldrich of the Krallen Horde, target creature gets 4/4 +4/+4 until the end of the turn. So it can transform. I don't understand how this transforms. Oh right, werewolf. Never mind. In Eldrich Uncontested Alpha, 6/6, and when it transforms, you may have it fight target non-werewolf creature you don't control. At the beginning of each upkeep, if a target player casts 2 or more spells last turn, transform it into the Eldrich Uncontested Alpha. Okay, so at the beginning of each upkeep, it can transform if there were no spells cast last turn, or if there was 2 or more. I see. Cool. And the final card of my entire opening is a spider token. And that's it, guys. That's everything. Overall, I'm really happy because I can now make quite a few decks with this. So yeah. It would have been nice if I got 2 coloured lands, but yeah. What are you going to do? Well, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe and all that. Like. And I will see you in the next video, where I'll probably be going through story modes in Steam on Magic Duels. I'll see you then. Bye. Vi sitter här i väntan och spelar lite Dota och pushar på och smeker, men motståndet vi leker.